as can be. MICKEYMOUSC.
So, Claymore, why in the world were you so late when it came to Target? Well, the answer is pretty easy. Because the whole Target thing, the whole Target marketing, this stuff towards kids, it's actually been going on for a lot longer than what's been reported.
Week for Fortune, called Leadership Next, the CEO of Target, Brian Cornell, was asked about the backlash to woke capitalism, and specifically about Budweiser and Disney. He said, you know, I think these are just good business decisions, and it's the right thing to do for society, and it's a great thing for our brand. The things we've done from a DE&I, diversity, equity, and inclusion standpoint, it's adding value. It's helping us drive sales. It's building greater engagement with both our teams and our guests, and those are just the right things for business today.
So the heads of Target, the CEO and them, they obviously thought that they were going in the right direction with this whole marketing scheme towards kids. I'm showing you guys some videos here in the cutaway. However, what they didn't anticipate was obviously something similar to what happened to Bud Light. Now, here's the difference between the two, and don't worry, I'll explain what I basically brought up at the very beginning of the video here momentarily. So, essentially, Target, they are claiming, of course, via the Washington Post, that their employees are being targeted, which I highly doubt that that is the case, because me being a person who worked retail for a very long time, I can tell you right now that you typically tend to deal with customer complaints all the time. It's just the way that it is. If a certain store doesn't have a certain item, somebody is going to complain about that. Also, there are off days, and by the way, I don't condone employees being bad at the work site. However, I also don't condone people harassing employees either, so please don't harass the employees. They're just simply doing what the hell they're told. Even though you may not like it, they're just simply doing what it is that they have to do to get through the day. I wouldn't harass the management or anything. They're obviously getting their marching orders from corporate, so if you want to get mad with anybody, it's obviously the corporate overlords who are pushing this stuff. So, Target, in response to all the backlash, what they had decided to do was they decided to call a meeting. And in that meeting, they decided to have a discussion. And in that discussion, they came out and said to themselves, you know what? Maybe it might be a good idea to remove some of these items. Maybe it might be a good idea to, I don't know, you know, maybe remove them all, especially seeing how it appears that, yeah, you're seeing this correctly. They were actually marketing things that border the occult. Actually, just go ahead and say it. They were putting things out there that, quite frankly, were pretty well satanic. Not just the pride stuff, which obviously was marketed towards little children. You guys obviously saw the little bathing suits, the little onesies. You obviously saw the cutouts and everything. You obviously saw the tuck-ins. You obviously saw everything that I put here in the cutaway for you guys to see while you guys were listening to this very charming voice that I have. However, I do think that after a while, when you see TikToks like this right here, you're probably going to change.
This is the child section. This is literally the kids section. I'm next to a literal onesie that says whatever the hell that means. We have "Glad You Came Out" and "I'm so happy that you're queer" in the kids section. Are you kidding me? I'm sorry, but pride and toddler don't belong in the same sentence. So I found an extra small swimsuit in the child section. It says light binding effect on it. And then the bottoms in the kids section, keep in mind, say tuck friendly construction. They're giving it to your kids. If that doesn't give you a reason to boycott Target, I don't know what does. But this shit's getting out of hand. They're targeting children, whether you like it or not. And it's time that people actually do something about it.
At a military, there's nothing. There's a couple of little made in China patriotic pieces of shit here. Where's that? Last week was Cop Week. Did we put a display up supporting our police? No, we didn't. Target. What about November? In November, do we get a veterans display that says proud to be a veteran? No, we do not.
Is there anything I can help you with?
Yeah,
I don't need to scream. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry. I just talk loud.
Yeah.
I hope that corporate is watching this,
I just need you to lower
because this is bullshit. No problem with the pride section. Take the kids out of it. That's what you have to do. Get rid of the kids shit that doesn't belong in here.
Quick, as somebody who worked in retail for a pretty good part of his post-military life, I don't think a company is going to benefit by putting a statement up like this. Now, I'm just going to kind of paraphrase it a little bit because reading it can be kind of a pain, but I've seen about 3 or 4 different variations, different color backgrounds of this, and read it, and I was like, it sounds to me like you're calling your customers a bunch of extremists. Yeah, not exactly the route you want to go, especially given the fact that you're basically the alternative to Walmart. The girl right there at the beginning, the gentleman who came out and basically asked the questions, why are we not seeing anything for those men and women who fought and died for this nation? Of course, it being Memorial Day being the last weekend in the month of May. Yeah, it makes you kind of wonder exactly how far back our culture has gone. Of course, people will say that they're going forward, but in reality, it's going backwards because the agenda that you're launching is not exactly a forward agenda. It's actually a pretty well regressive agenda, and it's causing a lot of harm, especially given the fact that you are marketing it towards little children. Now, guys, let me go ahead and say this really quick before I talk about the fact that Target's actually been doing this for a while. And I'm also going to be covering this one on the Dodgers. I'll be covering that tomorrow because I wanted to let a few more things come out before I decide to touch that one. So don't worry, I'll get to that one in the next video, which, by the way, will be released to go along with this one here. The thing is this right here. It's not a good look, okay? Now, look, if these pieces of Pride equipment, if these pieces of Pride clothing, if they exist, okay, so be it. Obviously, you know, they exist. However, the thing is this right here. When you market them towards children, you market them towards kids, that right there is, in fact, a problem. I have talked about this on several occasions when it comes to the whole drag issue. By the way, you're seeing a video right now from the North Face. They decided to release an ad involving the whole, they wanted to use a drag queen basically to help market everything that they're putting out this summer, which I think is very weird because the North Face, for the most part, makes most of their money off their fall and winter clothing line. But still, at the same time, though, obviously the month of June is coming through. The very blasphemous Pride Month is coming up. And, of course, they got to get ready to pitch all this stuff out there to people. First of all, people don't like a woke agenda. They don't like a political agenda put in their face to begin with, especially when they are shopping at alternative stores to Walmart, which, by the way, I'm waiting for Walmart to come out and do something as well. I'm pretty sure it's on the way. Fact of the matter is this right here. When you start marketing towards children, you're exposing to everybody just exactly how sick, twisted, evil, and vile that you are. However, this right here may actually be a good thing because seeing how it is that they're exposing themselves, if we actually go out there and boycott and we protest this, exactly what they're doing, then after a while, behavior begins to correct itself. It's just the natural order. However, this does not mean that these people will not try to do this again. As I have said before, June is coming up. You will probably see more stuff like this. Also, in the case of Ford Motor Company, they decided that they wanted to release a Pride theme truck, and they even brought a, let's just say, a gay bodybuilder on to kind of help promote that said product. Not exactly a good idea, given the fact that right now the price of vehicles is through the roof and nobody can actually buy a new or a used vehicle, anybody who's working class, which, by the way, these are the people, the working class folks, the ones who primarily buy Ford vehicles, who also at the same time are also the main people who consume the products that come from a store like Target. As I said before, Target, for the most part, is just a good old-fashioned alternative to going to Walmart. But some good news on this front. Obviously, some people are taking a stand. Jesse Waters covered a couple of these people the other night. Pay very, very close attention.
Doing deep dives into the sexual revolution, where we learned about Alfred Kinsey, Hugh Hefner, John Money, the history of the trans flag, and how it brought us to where we are today, which is in a horrible place.
So you're not going to be, Carrie, shopping for Tuckum swimsuits at Target?
I'm not, but I may be calling on America to go into every Target with our call to action cards, which you can find on our Instagram at @thebattlecry_US. We are going to challenge you, America. If you're watching this, I think you're interested. We have a June challenge for you where we want you to use correct pronouns, and you can look at this printout, print these out, cut them up, and drop them everywhere in Target and every single store that is pushing the cult onto our children. Let them know how you feel and where you stand.
Carrie, we just got this sheet handed to us. It looks like Target is pulling some of this crazy line from their stores. Do you consider that a victory?
No, it's not. Jesse, we here at the Battle Cry have been saying that this is a cult. We have been dealing with a gender ideology cult. And now we are seeing this cult on full display in the name of pride. We are standing up against this cult. We will win this battle, and we need you, the people, to rise up and stand up with us and fight this battle alongside with us ladies here at the Battle Cry.
Brittany, who is winning?
Well, right now it looks like Target got in bed with the devil. And if you don't like that, it's time now to get really loud. Parents, pastors, consumers, they are making it pitifully obvious for you to see that we are in a war of good versus evil, and your children are the target. So if we want to win, it's going to take all of us getting involved. And that's why we invite you into this battle at the battlecry_US on Instagram. Get involved, get loud, let Target know that we are ready to Bud Light them.
Yep.
If they don't call it.
So there's Anheuser-Busch that has gone down. It is Miller that has shot themselves in the foot. Now, obviously, Target has decided to shoot themselves in the foot. Of course, they had a meeting about it, and they've obviously decided to cave and remove a good portion of the items. But let me ask you a question. Why do you think it was a good idea to put this towards the front of the store? You see, one of the main complaints that's been levied is that Target put all this Pride gear at the very front of the store. So that way, the minute you walk in, it's right there in your face. Maybe they thought that they could go ahead and psychologically get the people so that way they wouldn't think about it on the way out, which is really kind of weird because at some point in time it's going to be exposed to them. I have no idea why you didn't just put this right towards the back of the store and take away the section that involves little children. I mean, obviously, as I said before, it's pretty sick, it's pretty twisted, it's pretty evil, it's quite frankly pretty well blasphemous as well, especially given the fact that you're going after kids, and then you decide to double down your blasphemy by promoting satanic line products to go along with it. I wonder if there's some correlation between the two, pride and Satanism. Maybe I'll do a video on that at a later date. Fact of the matter is, however, though, that Target has actually been doing this for a while. They actually started this crap back in 2021. Smaller channels like myself tried to call it out. The content got suppressed. A lot of other people called it out. Their content got suppressed. Somehow or another, it got kicked under the rug. But now the likes of Matt Walsh and everybody has finally came out and said, look, enough is enough. You know, we can't take this crap anymore. But the fact of the matter is that Target, they've been pushing this crap down our throats for the last two and a half to 3 years. They've been doing it for a while now. Why is it that people are just now speaking up? Well, maybe it's because, I don't know, maybe in 2021 and 2022, right around this time frame, we didn't have Twitter. We didn't have, we obviously had Twitter, but we obviously didn't have a Twitter that was fair. We had a Twitter that had a very, very large left-leaning bias. We didn't have even footing. We didn't have alternative networks. We didn't have Rumble. We didn't have BitChute. We didn't have alternative platforms. You see those alternative platforms, and of course how do I say, that person that decided to buy Twitter, who, by the way, I'm still a little bit down on because he hired somebody from the WEF to take over Twitter. But don't worry, we're gonna wait and see what happens there. Elon Musk, when he actually purchased Twitter, he actually evened the playing field between liberals and conservatives. You see, the fact of the matter is this right here. The left in this country and the leftists in this country, they have had an inherent advantage for a long time. They have the institutions, and of course, for the most part, they have the internet. They even have YouTube to a certain degree. Now that the playing field has been slightly evened out, as you guys can see, obviously the message can get out there, and people can actually issue a formal boycott that is, in fact, very effective, as you guys have seen, with Target's numbers going down as far as stocks and overall revenue. And the fact that Target basically said, you know what, man, we might want to get a handle on this. We might want to remove some things. That's actually a good sign going forward. Guys, let me go ahead and conclude this video on this point here. You guys heard me kind of ramble through all this entire stuff, and if you've stuck with me this far, I'm glad you have done so. Here's the deal. This entire thing, the whole wokeness thing, is designed to completely blackpill the masses. It's designed to make people feel like their voice is not going to be heard. It's designed to make people feel like, we can't fight back. We can't do anything about this. Obviously, we have to rely on these big box stores. Of course, I always say go buy local. If you can get it online from somewhere that's not woke, make sure you guys do so. Go to the physical store. That's a small store. Shop local. Same thing with Bud Light and everything. If you don't want Bud, you don't want Miller, you don't want Anheuser-Busch, go buy something from a local brewery. Go buy Yuengling, America's oldest brewery, and the oldest brewery in the United States. Completely not woke. go buy from there. Go buy from other places that are not woke. Double check to see if they have any types of connection to ESG or whatnot, or any type of wokeness. Make sure you guys do that. Okay, just think on it before you actually go buy a product from one of these bigger corporations that obviously does not have your best interest in mind. Look, it's okay to dislike something. It's okay to dislike something that dislikes you. Okay, it's just the way things are. And obviously, as I've said before, this entire thing was designed to do nothing more than blackpill the masses and get them to just kind of fall in line. However, a lot of red pills have been handed out, and normally when you get a red pill, after a while, you start to begin to do what? You start to move towards that white pill. Sounds to me like we're getting just a little bit closer. So to all of you guys out there who were able to get Target to change their minds the exact same way you were to get Bud Light to suddenly have to buy back all the unsold beer, congratulations to you guys. Guys, John Claymore, if you guys like this content, please hit the like button, subscribe, share the video, sound off in the comment section. I'd love to get you guys' thoughts. If you think I have earned your subscription, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Also the notification bell, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys later.